All right, one more story and we'll take a short break.
Okay. Is it worse than those two?
Well, it's still with the whole everything's an argument and, Facebook and social media.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, apparently, because of the current climate, you cannot make any kind of disparaging remark toward a person of color, otherwise it's racist.
Okay. Well, color me racist then.
No matter what it is.
Mm-hmm.
If you say you're an idiot and it's a black person, that would be a racist remark.
Do they want hidden racism? That's what I continue to ask. Because racism's going to be there. Do you want it to go underground where it's a lot more sneaky and a lot more dangerous? Honestly.
I don't know.
I'm not even trying to be funny in that. What would scare you more? Let's say there's two guys that fucking don't like you. Like, they really don't like you. Which would scare you more? The one that says nothing about it, but just...
They smile in your face and stab you in the back?
Have the deep-seated hate just waiting for a moment. Or the one that openly tells you you're a fucking asshole and I hate you. Which one would you rather have?
I think you would like to know who you're really dealing with.
Bingo. You're going to get people to be quiet and you're going to see just this rash of fucking... It'll be advertised as serial killers. But what it'll be is people that are going out on racial fucking purges. That's what's going to happen. People are going to, they're going to be like, okay, I can't say any of this shit out in public. Okay, fair enough. I'll just be quiet about it and my hate will be deeper.
Right.
That's what's going to happen.
I agree. Well, anyway, LeBron James got most of the attention, but did not forget it was CNN's Don Lemon, whom President Donald Trump called the dumbest man on television.
Oh my God. Terrible.
So apparently by President Trump saying Don Lemon is the dumbest man on television, that apparently was racist.
Yeah, well, I can feel that.
That was a racist statement, apparently.
Saying the N-word, lynching people, saying somebody's dumb, all the same.
Yeah, exactly. In Lemon's first show back since the president insulted him on Twitter, social media, he offered up a sober response Monday night. As a journalist,
Questionable.
Don Lemon is a journalist?
Very questionable.
Yeah, he's not a journalist.
He's a fucking head.
I don't really like being the story the CNN host began because he believes in standing up for what is right and decent.
Yeah, man!
He decided to tell his viewers exactly how he felt about Trump's nasty, hateful swipe at both him and NBA star who dared to criticize the president.
Oh, my God.
So he's aligning himself with LeBron James.
Okay.
Unlike the president, who lashes out wildly at anyone who criticizes him, I have pretty thick skin, Lemon said. And LeBron James, in addition to being a quote-unquote brilliant black man.
Brilliant?
Yeah, he's a no, you gotta include all of it. He's a brilliant black man.
Well, then that sets a low bar for black men and brilliance, because LeBron is not a very smart cat.
Well, but my point is why does he have to point out that LeBron is black?
Like I said, he's lowering the bar. That's the way I hear it. He's not saying that he's brilliant and black. He's saying that for a black man, he's brilliant.
Well, that's kind of what I'm trying to say.
Which doesn't say. I mean, if you've ever heard LeBron James do an interview, the guy can't fucking barely speak English.
Yeah, no mind saying.
Yeah, he's just no. he has. I'll tell you where he's brilliant on the basketball court.
Well, that's what he said. A superstar in his sport.
Yeah, he has brilliant basketball IQ, as it's called.
Yeah,
but that's it.
And he's a hero to his community. What community is that?
I'm assuming Akron.
Okay.
Is it the black community?
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I think they mean in that one Akron.
Okay. And is taking the high road, which is exactly where he belongs.
He didn't take the high road. He's the first one that said that Trump was a dick.
Yeah. And I would never sit across from him at a table.
Yeah, that's the high road.
I guess.
No. All right, go ahead. I have definite thoughts on this.
All right. Meanwhile, everyone from Michael Jordan to Ohio Governor John Kasich to First Lady Melania Trump has publicly sided with James over the last couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
Lemon went on a note that Trump has called a lot of people stupid. Okay? A lot of people. He didn't say a lot of black people stupid. He just said a lot of people.
Yeah.
And while some of them were white, it doesn't seem that more often than not he uses that particular insult against black people.
Okay.
So what Lemon just pointed out here is that if somebody calls somebody stupid, that it's okay to call somebody stupid, but don't ever call a black person stupid because then it becomes racist.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's what he's basically saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to call white people stupid, but don't ever say that toward a black person because now you're a racist.
Yeah, because they're trying to set the precedent that's the higher echelon now.
Exactly. Referring to African Americans as dumb as one of the oldest canards of American racist past and present that black people are inferior in intelligence.
No, that is one of the racist canards of past, not present. Sorry, cunt face, but you lose that argument the second that fucking Obama made the White House. You lose the argument that saying that black people are stupid when you get the highest office in the world. That puts you on the same playing field. So you can be called anything. It's not a racial thing. It's just a truism to the person that is saying it. That's it. Fuck this guy. Did Obama not just do 8 fucking years in the White House?
He did.
So then what? Then how did that happen? If are all the people that voted for him stupid because they voted for the black guy?
Apparently they are.
I mean, this is a fucking ridiculous fucking claim. Enough of that bullshit. Go ahead.
This president constantly denigrates people of color and women, too, he added, noting that Trump regularly uses the descriptor low IQ when attacking Representative Maxine Waters, Democrat from California. He brought up Trump's birther crusade against President Barack Obama and his obsession with black athletes who kneel for the national anthem as additional examples.
Did Trump look? Oh God, I hate this. This fucking drives me crazy. Let me make my point. One, I fucking abhor. I hate that Trump keeps on with the fucking social media. He makes me not like him as a president, not like him as a guy. I can't. I know you like him, and that's cool, and I think some of the shit that he does is funny, but as a president, he needs to get the fuck off the social media and stop reacting to shit that's beneath the office that he works for. LeBron James is beneath the office that he works for. Fucking the NFL is beneath the office that he works for. He needs to stop with that shit because it fuels cunt fucks like Don Lemon and CNN. So that's the first thing. But with that said, this bullshit that you are reading about everything is some secretive type of racism, that is bullshit. The only people that I hear that are being racist are the people that are accusing people of being racist.
Right.
I'm around a bunch of white dudes far and away more than black dudes. Far and away more than black dudes. And you know what? I really don't hear a lot of, hey, did you see what those niggers did on the football field? Or did you see those niggers kneeling or any of that? I don't hear that kind of shit. I don't hear people saying, look at those black motherfuckers kneeling during the anthem. You know what I hear them saying? Look at these spoiled rich faggots that are kneeling. They're not upset about their color. They're upset about what they're doing.
The action.
The action. And they don't care if they're white, black, Samoan, whatever. They care what they're doing. Donald Trump, even, for as much as I think he can be a fucking jizzbag on the goddamn social media, he's talking about the action. He's not talking about black players. He's talking about his whole mantra. And you don't have to be brilliant to get this. I'm not a Trump guy. It's very clear I'm not a Trump guy. But his whole mantra is not anything but make America great again. And that whole MAGA bullshit is based on respect of the troops, respect of the flag, respect of the country. He's fucking pissed off about not respecting the country. He's calling out the individuals, the people that are not respecting the country. He's never once said those black players on the Philadelphia Eagles didn't come to the White House and they don't respect the flag. He just said the Eagles are uninvited, right?
He did.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but the Eagles have white guys on their team.
They do.
And the Eagles have white coaches on their team.
Yep.
And I'm going to take a guess because I don't know. I think the owner is Jeffrey Lurie, who I believe would be a white guy.
That is true.
So he's not saying the black players are uninvited. The black players are kneeling. He's saying this fucking team is disrespecting the America. So this fucking team is uninvited. That's what he's saying.
That's it.
Why is that so fucking hard to understand?
Because it doesn't fit the narrative.
Because they don't want they don't want reality to be truth. They want their truth because their truth forwards their agenda.
That's correct.
Fucking makes me want to fucking throw up.
Mm-hmm.
Just a bunch of fucking cunts. Cunts!
Let me not mince words here, Lemon said. This president traffics in racism and is fueled by bullying. All over the country, he said, people of color are being attacked by their fellow citizens who feel emboldened to be publicly racist because the president is.
That's bullshit.
I know. I agree with that. And I'm going to make a personal statement here. This will get us thrown off of YouTube.
Okay.
I still don't. I still don't think anybody proved that former President Obama was born in the U.S.
Well, yeah.
There was no proof of that.
Yeah,
somebody produced a birth certificate like 2 years later.
A copy of one.
And then they proved that it had like modern font that wasn't even available back in 1962 or whenever it was he was born.
Right.
So that didn't prove anything. And why did it take so long for them to produce a birth certificate?
Right.
It took years.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah, it should have been, okay, let me go to the drawer and get it.
That I could go to my file cabinet downstairs and get my birth certificate right this minute.
Mm-hmm.
Why did it take years for a sitting president to produce a birth certificate? And when they did produce it, why was there so many questionable things on it?
Mm-hmm.
That's always been a question for me.
Right.
I don't know the answer.
Yeah. No, dude, it's racism. Racism right now is it's an agenda push. That's what it is. It's a push to, I don't know what they're trying to do, level the playing field or what, but it's getting to a point. I honestly think that it's a push to have a civil war so that they can take more of our rights. I honestly believe that's where it's going, because eventually people are going to fight back, and they're not going to fight back with fucking words. They're not going to have anywhere to fight back with words, because they're going to take all the fucking places that you can away. You know, and then it's what are people going to do? People are not going to sit there and just take it. Don't you think?
I agree.
They're going to arm up and go. But it's everywhere. It's like, dude, you want to hear something completely funny that is just ridiculous?
I do want to hear something funny.
And this is a racial thing.
Okay.
And I just pulled it up this second, and I was looking up something else. I was looking up the minister that said that Trump is like the most pro-black president in history or something.
Right.
Which that was said last week. But I came across this. It's on Snopes, which you know what Snopes.
Yeah.
Allegedly the fact-checking thing.
Of course.
But you're going to love this. Their fact check is Trump saying laziness is a trait in blacks. No black president again anytime soon. Now, you know how Snopes works, right? They either say that it's true or false.
Right. They either prove it or disprove it.
Right. So I went to the page because what they said, mixture. Not true or not false exactly. But listen to this. Now, again, I'm going to read it one more time because I want you to hear this. Trump said, laziness is a trait in blacks. No black president again anytime soon. Okay, that's the quote that they're saying.
Okay.
Here's what they're saying is true. Trump once tweeted, sadly, because President Obama has done such a poor job as president, you won't see another black president for generations.
Okay.
That is not what they're saying, what he said up here. Laziness is a trait in blacks. No black president again anytime soon.
Okay.
Not what he said at all.
Nope. He was just saying that the actions of this guy kind of sealed the fate for future presidents of the same ilk.
So they're saying that it's false that he said laziness is a trait in blacks. I believe that. No black person will ever be president anytime soon. They're saying what's true is, sadly, because President Obama has done such a poor job as president, you won't see another black president for generations. Now listen to this. Here's what's undetermined. Now, there's nothing undetermined. In my mind, what they're saying is false. But now even Snopes, the fact-checking site, is changing the narrative to fit their need.
Of course.
They're saying what's undetermined is whether Trump ever said laziness is a trait in blacks. I believe that. How is that undetermined?
Either he said it or he didn't. There's proof that he said it, or there's proof that he did not say that.
All right. Do you know for a fact that I ever said Alyssa Milano's pussy must taste like tapioca pudding?
Have no idea.
You have no way to prove that. That's not an undetermined thing. That's just false until you have proof that it's true, right?
Right.
So it's false, but they're turning it into, well, he might have said it.
Yeah.
He might have said anything. I could write any goddamn sentence in that line, and that is undetermined. President Donald Trump might have once said that Melania's ass tastes like chocolate syrup. Can you prove that it didn't? So then it's undetermined, right?
That's true.
So them saying laziness is a trait in blacks, I believe that. That's undetermined. No, it's false. It's false until you have proof. If you're a fact-checking website, fucking ridiculous, man. So fucking, it's the narrative. It's nothing but narrative.
Right.
Oh, now you got me all fucking annoyed.
Well, before we go to a break here.
Yeah.
That former apprentice contestant, and she worked in the White House for a short time, that Omarosa, whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
She wrote a book, or that's being released.
Uh-huh.
So she's, of course, she was Trump's best buddy.
Okay.
Until she got forcibly removed from the White House because of her actions.
Okay.
And now her book claims that, Trump is a racist. And he used the quote-unquote N-word.
Yeah.
But then in interviews for this book, they asked her about it, and she goes, well, I never personally heard him say that, but I heard people said he said that.
Yeah, all right. So, no. Look, unless there's tape, unless there's tape, you can't hold anybody accountable to it.
Well, again, but she wrote a whole book, and of course, the left-wing media is pulling excerpts from her book.
Of course.
And when they ask her straight up about it, oh, you've heard him say nigger? And she, oh, no, well, I never heard him say that.
Yeah, but somebody told me he might have.
Somebody said so.
Look, let's be honest. In the real world, somewhere down the line, Donald Trump has said nigger.
Maybe. I don't know. He may have. I'm sure he probably has.
I'm going to make a general statement here.
Yeah.
He has.
Okay.
And he's probably said bitches, whores, cunts,
cocksuckers,
pussies, faggots, jizz bags. Maybe not jizz bags.
He may have said jizz bag.
May have. But I'm sure of all the other ones that we've said so far. I'm positive of it. The guy is a man that grew up entitled and rich and looking down on other people. He's done that. Fair enough. But if you don't have proof, then it doesn't fucking matter. If we're going to start lynching everybody that has ever said a word that offends anybody, then everybody's dead. Who hasn't? Dude, who's the nicest person you know?
One of the nicest people?
Who? Just name one. One person in your life that you believe is like unbelievably nice. Nicer than the average person.
Chips Enough.
Chips Enough. You think Chips Enough has ever said a fucking word like faggot or homo?
I'm sure he has.
Come on. Do you think your mom ever did?
No, absolutely not.
Never?
No.
She never said one bad word.
Mm-mm.
Really?
No. She was really religious.
All right. So was my ex until she started banging her boss. I have a hard time believing that anybody that's grew up from the 50s on never said anything bad. Never made, even if it was just a joke. I grew up. The way I grew up, I used to hear a lot of racial jokes from my dad, especially. My dad.
I heard racial jokes growing up among friends and stuff. Sure.
Yeah, I mean that was it happened, and everybody did it back in those days. That's my point. Is to say that a 70-year-old man, it's 2020. So when was he? What would he been born? 50s. Grew up in the 50s?
Yeah, of course.
50s, 60s, you're going to tell me in his teenage and 20s and whatever that he didn't grow up with that attitude? Hell, black people weren't even accepted as people in some of that time.
That's true.
I mean, honestly, if we're being honest, they really weren't they were not accepted as, as equal in 1955 or whatever, were they?
No, because the racial thing didn't, or the what do you want to call it, equal rights thing didn't even start till like the early 60s.
Yeah, John F. Kennedy. So I mean, let's be honest here. This guy grew up in an era where black people were not on the same playing field. So the theory that he'd never said any of these things is ridiculous. But he wasn't the president when he was 15 years old either.
That's true.
You got to judge the guy. You got to judge any human being on what they're doing now. I mean, on some level, you hold certain things for people to be accountable to in their past. But in the end, you know what? I did dumb shit in the past, and I've admitted to all of it on the radio show. So in theory, I shouldn't have anybody that's into anything that I do, right? Because I, fought and stole shit and, broke laws and, assaulted people and did jail time and did all that kind of shit. Not major jail time, but I did some days, so by that theory, I should be an outcast scumbag by today's fucking crowd.
Right.
But instead, what did I do? I got my shit together. I fucking developed into a different person. I, got productive and I became a productive part of society. So if you want to hold me accountable because I knocked some cop's teeth out in 1986, okay, that's your prerogative, I guess, but it just shows how shallow you are as a person, and it really fucking showcases why we're in such trouble today. All these guys that are getting busted for shit that they did 15 years ago, or for fucking tweets from 8 years ago, or what, it's fucking ridiculous. Donald Trump is not doing anything racist today. He's out there trying to fucking make the country better. And if that's not good enough for you, well, then you're a fucking dick. Period. And I'm not even a Trump guy. You know, if the next person that gets in there, and I'll say that, and I know you ain't going to agree with this, but whatever. If the next person that gets in the office is a staunch Democrat, and they start doing some things that make the country better, I will be on board with that. I will absolutely be on board with that. You know, I don't give a shit what party they're in. All I care about is what they're doing. You know, I honestly think we are mired in the middle of a very long, it's been, 24, how long has it been since Clinton was the president?
Well, he was early 90s until 98. I think it was like, he get elected in 92?
Yeah,
so it was like 92 plus 8 years, so till almost 2000, right? 2000, 92 to 2000.
And then Bush for 8 more, 16, 24, 25. So we're at 26 years. 26 years where we have not had proper politics in my head. 26 years where it's governed by partisanship instead of fucking what's best for the country.
Right, of course.
As much as I think Reagan was a lunatic, at least he was trying. I mean, he was stepping across the aisle and doing stuff on both sides of it, trying to make things work. You know, trying to make things work and give people money and all that other kind of shit. And, you know, I don't see that from any of these fucking cunt fucks that we're doing now. I mean, Trump is trying on some things, but on other things, he's just, you know, he doesn't help his own cause. This fucking Twitter doesn't help his own fucking cause. If he didn't feed the media shit, then the media wouldn't have anything to fucking, they wouldn't have anything. How am I going to put this? He gives the media enough to not take anything that he's doing well seriously, because he feeds them as much as they're happy to report on it, and he feeds it to them. You know, with shit like this, with Don Lemon is a stupid cunt and LeBron is an asshole or whatever. Yeah, LeBron is an asshole, but so fucking what? What does that have to do with being the president? You should be worried about North Korea, not LeBron fucking James. You know, it just doesn't make sense to me anymore. It's all fucking posturing. And I know you don't agree.
Well, no, I agree with that. I mean, everybody is posturing these days. Because, since we're on this roll here,
yeah,
I'm going to play, you know who Ben Stein is, right?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Well, he appeared on CNN of all places.
Okay.
And they were asking Ben Stein, does he think that it's fair that the president calls CNN fake news, or fake news the enemy of the people?
Right.
And Ben Stein, I'm surprised that CNN allowed him to talk as long as he did.
Okay.
Because he basically gave them the answers I'm sure they were not looking for.
Right.
So listen to this.
Twitter that he is skipping the time-honored White House Correspondents' Dinner, an event that started all the way back in 1920. President Trump tweeting earlier, "I will not be attending the White House Correspondents Association dinner this year. Please wish everyone well and have a great evening." Mr. Trump will be the first president to miss the dinner in more than 35 years. The last was President Reagan, who skipped in 1981 while he was recovering after being shot. Reagan still called in by phone, however, and I want to talk about what this means for an already contentious relationship between the press and the White House. With me now is economist Ben Stein. He served as a speechwriter and a lawyer for President Richard Nixon. He also worked on the other side as a journalist. Ben, I suppose you're not particularly surprised by this development.
I'm not surprised at it. I'm not disappointed at it, and I don't blame Mr. Trump one bit for doing it. I mean, he's a punching bag day after day after day in the media. especially what's called the mainstream media, and I don't blame him for not wanting to go and be a punching bag in person.
So there you go.
Yeah, he's right.
Well, listen to this.
Okay, so did you hear what he said yesterday at CPAC where he's talking about the media?
I saw some of it actually on CNN as you were excerpting it. Yes, I had that pleasure.
So he said he said that he called the media the enemy of the people.
Well, first of all, he said the fake media is the enemy of the people. He did not say the media is the enemy of the people. But they keep dropping out the fake part.
Well, of course they do.
Of course.
Doesn't fit their narrative.
There you go. He said fake news or fake media is the enemy of the people. But everywhere you go, CNN, MSNBC, whatever, they always drop the fake part.
Right.
He didn't say the media is the enemy of the people.
Right.
Didn't say that.
Which is what we heard him say before on Twitter. So he said that out loud. He accused the media of making things up, of making up sources. Yeah,
like a woman got arrested in Dubai for drinking wine.
Right.
Yeah, that's not made up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think they... Sorry, I beg your pardon. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, is that something you would give credence to? Or what is going on there with what he's saying?
Well, I wouldn't say that all of the media is the enemy of the people, but look, every day you pick up the New York Times, every day they're slamming him. I'm a great fan of CNN. I watch it quite faithfully. Every day CNN is slamming him. Every day they're looking for a scandal. They're just turning the woods upside down looking for a scandal. They're hoping, I think, to do to him what they did to Nixon a long time ago, and I still haven't found any real scandals. And I, with all due respect, I don't blame him for being furious at them. And I think he's got a lot of company. I'm out there giving speeches all around the country all the time. Awful lot of people are not great fans of the media, and they see the media as an unelected aristocracy and a effete corps of impudent snobs, as Vice President Agnew called them a long time ago, who are dumping all over the mainstream of America. And I think Mr. Trump has a lot of company.
Now, this was on CNN?
This was on CNN.
Wow, Ben Stein just not giving a fuck.
Yeah, he was just like, you guys are dumping on the guy, constantly looking for anything to discredit this guy.
I just like that he said, I watch every day, and you do it every day.
Yeah. So there you are.
That's funny.
There's a guy speaking some truth.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't do the old, we lost his feed. I'm sorry. We lost contact. We'll try to get him back on.
Yeah. We're out of time now.
Yeah. But even Ben was like, yeah, you guys dump on him constantly.
Right.
So, anyway. All right, well, let's take a break.
Okay.
I'm going to play something from the Doc and Dysfunctional release.
All right.
I think this is a perfect song. This is called What Price?
All right.
What price do we pay?
Yeah, pal.
So we'll be back. Here it is. It's Doc and exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.
Hi, this is Don Doc, and you're tuned into the Classic Metal Show, the hardest rockin' show on the dial. Keep rockin' with Dockin'.